Hello riders, it's Josh from CycleHunters.com. Today, we have perhaps the most popular sports bike ever sold in the United States of America. Now this is the Suzuki GSX-R 600. This is a 2008 model. This bike, through the years, for a long time, has been at the top of the game in the sports bike arena. For many years. In the racing series, prior to Moto America, it was the AMA. And the Moto America series is now taken over, but this is the bike that everybody had wanted for so long. Now, the other thing about this, which I will touch on real quick, if you know racing, Yoshimura Suzuki has been together for a long time as well, and they are more likely known because of the fact that they've been partnered in the racing game for such a long time. They sort of go together like peanut butter and jelly. That's really how Yoshimura Suzuki has been. So it is definitely something that has been around for quite a long time, and that pairing, I believe, is still going strong today. I know they had dipped out for a little bit, but anyhow, as we get into this bike, you can see it is black. Really good looking bike. There's a couple little blemishes here and there. As it's a used bike, what are you going to do? You can see a little bit right there. However, but for a used bike, it's in really great shape. A little bit right there. Dual disc brakes. So this is a 599cc inline 4. Produces around 125 horses. It's a motor that, again, if you know what you're looking at here, you've already seen it and heard it for the most part. But for what it is a great street bike. A little bit there, a little bit right there. So not a whole lot going on as far as blemishes. There's some little ones, but nothing too terrible. This has a little bit of a matte finish right here with the gloss. The rear pad. A lot of meat on the tires. Let's see. It's got the CRG levers, and they are fully adjustable. But you can imagine, for an '08, you know, this bike's top speed is roughly pushing 170. A little bit right there. So these things are extremely quick, very fast, very formidable. They are designed to be a track bike. But because of homologation rules, they are sold on the street. It's a pooch windscreen. And to ride these, if you've never ridden one, you got to learn a little bit because your elbows are in. You don't necessarily have the leverage as you do on a regular handlebar style bike. But when you ride these in the twisties, it's one of the best feelings. It is one of the most fun you're ever going to have. Dash has a centrally located tack. Your controls, pretty straightforward and simple. Hazard, your turn signal selector, and then also your horn. Right side here is your on-off, your mode selector, and then your ignition, your starter. Now this bike has 17,983 miles, so not a whole lot. You can see below that it has your temperature gauge, and above it your speedometer. In the tack, this also has a gear selector and a shift light, your neutral light, little gas gauge that's going to come on. You have your hazard lights, and you have your resets and your selectors up here, right there as well for your trip meters. And here we go. So this also has a mode selector for different modes, which is mainly like a rain mode and a standard mode. So let's start this baby up. Can't wait to hear it with this Yosh pipe on it. And I believe I have to pull the clutch on this one. Yep, gotta pull the clutch. Sounds deep. Perhaps one of the most recognizable sounds in the motorcycle community next to a Harley-Davidson is a Yoshimura pipe Suzuki. Runs great. Sounds great. And you know when you get on this thing, it is going to go. It's going to go like the wind. Awesome bike. Great shape. Now, every one of our bikes, it gets a 48-point checklist. So, battery tender leads we put on these things to try to keep the batteries as charged as we possibly can, because batteries on motorcycles are notorious for draining out like that. The 48-point checklist, we also go over, like I said, tires, brakes, obviously your oil and filter are basic things for us. But when we go over it, we're checking the charging system, everything that we can to make sure that when you get a bike from us, it's as close as we can make it to 100%. Mechanically and visually, cosmetically. So we really want these to go out the door with the best foot forward. It's called these little passenger pegs. You have this little hook right there. So if you have bungees, you can strap your stuff on there. Most people, though, wear a backpack. So it's super easy just to throw a backpack on and get cruising down the road. So like I said, we do our 48-point checklist. We're really trying to strive to make the bike a really good running bike, so that when you get it, all you got to do is go ride. That's left front turn signal. Let's go left rear. These are integrated, which is really cool. I love the look of that. This is going to be right rear. And right front, which is nice and high up on the stalk for your mirror. Should cancel. Now, this is going to be your high beam, low beam. High beam and low beam. Suzuki's well known for that centrally located light. They've done it for years. Prior to that, it was the side-by-side round headlights on the original Gixxers. But then eventually, every one of these companies sort of broke off and made their face a little bit more unique to each of their brands. And this, they call it K8. In the Suzuki GSX-R line, the K is part of the nomenclature. And you know when you're looking at this thing, you know what it is. It's a stunning bike. And it sounds awesome. Really good looking bike. Like I said, there's really not much to show you as far as blemishes. Low mileage for the year. A couple little scuffs and scratches, but that's it. So if you're digging the 2008 Suzuki GSX-R 600, give us a call at 717-273-1809. You can see the full list of our current inventory at www.cyclehunters.com. You can email us at cyclehunters@gmail.com. We have some financing options available, aftermarket warranties available. We can ship bikes, and in some cases we can deliver them. It just comes down to what is it that we need to do to help accommodate you so that can be in your garage, waiting for you, begging, please start me so we can go on a ride Enjoy the day. Go through some twisties. Blip the throttle a little bit so you can hear the cool pipe. You already know. And this is all in a nice, sinister, silky black. It is just classy and sassy. Well, until the next bike, happy riding.